Have you ever been told you may be overthinking things? You know, when you want to buy a pair of shoes or a computer gadget and you want to be intentional in the impacts of your shopping, but 1, 2, 3 weeks go by and you just haven't been able to get a grasp on what the best product is for you and the issues you care about? The good news is you're not alone. The even better news is you're definitely not overthinking things. Today, brands are so eager to advertise how sustainable or responsible they are. And yes, there are some good brands out there doing amazing things, but there are still far too many brands who view sustainability as a marketing opportunity rather than as a need for substantive change. There are far too many brands whose actions just don't live up to the messaging. This is greenwashing, and it's absolutely everywhere. Now, the real kicker about greenwashing is that the objective is not to trick you. Rather, the objective is to confuse you. Right? The goal isn't to get you to believe that a particular brand is the absolute most sustainable. Rather, it's to muddy the water so much that you can't tell which brand is the most sustainable. The objective is to make it nearly impossible for you to make an optimal decision. Because when it's challenging to make a decision, we naturally fall back on heuristics to help us. Heuristics are the mental shortcuts or the rules of thumb we use to help us make decisions in complex situations. And brands that greenwash want to take advantage of these heuristics because more often than not, they'll favor the status quo over change. Here's just a few examples. If we're having trouble choosing between brands, there's just too many variables to keep track of, we're more likely to choose a brand that we've already bought in the past. Or we're also more likely to choose a brand that we recently heard marketing for, even if it has nothing to do with sustainability. We're also more likely to choose a brand that we think our social network is also choosing. And lastly, we're more likely to choose a brand that has a certification label, even if we don't know what that label means. So in all these situations, these are heuristics that brands that want to greenwash can take advantage of simply by making it too difficult for us to make an optimal decision. So no, you're not overthinking things. Rather, you're thinking through things. You're thinking through a fog of confusion and deception that is purposely being developed by all these brands and all the marketing firms that are happy to help them. And this is why we started Motive, because we also want to be intentional in the impacts of our shopping, but we're done with greenwashing. We're done with being manipulated. It should not take 1, 2, 3 weeks to make an optimal decision for us and the issues we care about. So we started Motive, and we've been standardizing our real scores across all brands so you can understand in a matter of seconds instead of days how one brand compares to another brand on the issues you care about. We want to make it easy for you to be able to make the decisions you want to make. So next time you're facing a tough decision and you're worried you might be starting to overthink things, just reach out to us at askmotive.com. We're here to help, and we're experts in overthinking.